one thing, and I don't know if you agree with me, these government officials, dishing out, they keep talking, making pronouncements. It chips at their credibility. Kasi gusto natin maniwala pero wala naman. So what should you advise them to do, 'di ba? This time, mag-action na lang muna sila, wag na muna sila magsalita kung hindi naman mangyayari.
Well, I mean, if you talk to a lot of top legal experts, legal luminaries, I mean, they would have said na medyo unrealistic talaga yung by December. So we're looking at 3, 4, 5 months. That realistically, you're looking at early this year. This is not an excuse. This was about yung just the logistics, di ba? Yung
Yeah.
reality. Kasi syempre, ang gusto mo, kapag kinasuhan, yung mga malalaking tao who are capable of
Okay.
hiring the best lawyers ever, playing politics and all, gusto mo sigurado, di ba? Airtight. So, it remains to be seen whether the reason why hindi nangyari yan by December and we're still waiting for it. Ang gusto natin marinig is whether the reason for that is not because may negosasyon nangyari behind the
Correct.
scenes, whether may kalokohan na nangyari
Okay.
dito, baka naman meron legitimate reason which is gusto nila airtight yung cases. Kasi, I mean, remember, last year was kind of a winning streak for a lot of people involved in corruption scandals. Ilan ang na-acquit ng Sandigan Bayan?
Yes.
The Binais were acquitted. Enrile, the late Enrile were acquitted. Napoles was acquitted. Some of the Marcos cronies cases were acquitted. The list goes on and on and on. Ang dami na-acquit last year sa Sandigan Bayan. Which tells you, siguro, pag ombudsman, you're gonna push ahead with this. Airtight mo yan para hindi 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road, na-acquit na naman lahat ng mga yan, di ba? Para hindi lang zarzuela. So, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, sana the reason is not because may kakaibang nangyayari, Mickey Mouse business or negosasyon nangyayari, who's on the list, who's not on the
Okay.
list. Sana is because we want to make this legally airtight. As far as the promises to the administration is concerned, I think, parati ko sinabi, when was the last time we had a Filipino president promising good governance? That was the Dan Matuid of Pinoy. Did it work for him politically? Not really. Because the more you talk about corruption, the more there's exposure of corruption, the more magiging cynical ang tao, the more people will ask for accountability, the more magiging politically risky and some would even say unrealistic for the president to deliver. Because tataas at tataas, di ba? Yung investigation. I mean, let's not forget, towards the end of the year, no less than the presidential son had to go to the ICI. We can debate about how credible ICI or how effective ICI has been. But people are eventually gonna ask, what about the president himself?
Yeah.
Ilan sa kanya mga cabinet members ay napa-alis sa pwesto? Maybe they know something, right? So, I think the president really painted himself into a corner.
Yeah.
And I think the wish of the president is he can just do just good enough for people to be happy. And then because ASEAN chair tayo this year and darating mga world leaders, maybe the agenda and the media coverage will shift. But he has opened up the Pandora's box na eh. Kaya nga, this is going to be a very tough year for the president.
So how do you see him navigating 2026?
As I said, as far as the corruption issue is concerned, hahanapin niya yung Goldilocks, di ba? Just enough high-profile people ay potentially eventually makakasuhan na ombudsman, and just enough high-level corruption will be exposed, but not so much na mag-implode yung kanyang alliance. Remember, some of the key allies of the president paid the political price, at least. I mean, at least lost their position, like Martin Romualdez, among other things, right? So, baka at some point, kung ay approval or satisfaction mo ay -3 na, at that's more than a month ago, who knows, baka -10 na ngayon, at papunta ka na sa Gloria Macapagal Arroyo territory in terms of satisfaction rating, you have to be also careful. I mean, this is just politics. You have to be careful, baka mamaya bumaliktad pa yung mga allies mo in your lame duck years.
Okay,
Next, baka may impeachment complaint pa sa kanya. So if you're Marcos, you're hoping that you don't alienate enough people in the Congress or the Senate to create a total backlash in your lame duck years. And at the same time, sana ma-shift yung focus mo into the big international issues as we chair the ASEAN this year.